Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see here. There we go. Awesome. Well, good morning. I can see lots of hellos already in the chat. Hello from Nigeria, from the USA. Which part? East Coast or West Coast? Because that is either you're up very early or up very late. So, which one? Uh, Web dev student in the USA. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hello. Any Java developers in here? Wow, getting straight to business. Love it. Any Java developers in the room? And I'd love to know, like, what languages are we all using? What is our go-to language? I found that mine has been Go recently, actually. Um, Good Java back in the day. Haven't used it in a while. But yeah, curious what everyone else is using. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello. Uh, Questions about internships. I'm not sure that we have any available at GitHub at the moment, but yeah, if there's anyone else in the chat working at other companies who may know, then of course, please do share in the community there. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Oh, from Vegas. That is very early right now. Huh. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning. Lots of good mornings. Wow, from Latin America, Venezuela. Good morning. You like the collection behind me? Thank you very much. Yes, it's always a good talking point. Ran from Barbados, from Paris. Yes, I'm assuming yes, we've got some Java developers in the room here. From Pakistan, Java and Perl. Ah, hi from India. It's been a minute since I used Java. Yes, the same for me as well. It's been a while. From Bangladesh as well. Good. We've got a good mix of people on this morning. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There's a question. Can I work in GitHub? Well, if you take a look at the GitHub careers site, I believe there are postings available. So go and take a look at that. Hi from India, Denmark as well. Good. Well, good morning, everyone. Good to see such good conversation in the chat already, and from Spain there as well. Love it. Welcome to Rubber Duck Thursdays. This is where we just hang out with each other. We talk a bit about tech. We talk a bit about what GitHub has been up to. And we go and build some stuff as well. We go and make things. We go and do some live coding, and we know how coding goes. Things sometimes work, things sometimes don't work. We get into debugging, hence the Rubber Duck Thursdays, of course. And we just have some fun and learn along the way. And that's really the vibe here this morning. So if you're working away and you want just like a co-worker, hello, I'm your co-worker this morning. And otherwise, if you want to get involved in the chat a bit more, like so many of you are, please do. Because that makes it fun for all of us, engaging for all of us. So good morning. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon from Nairobi, from Pakistan, from Singapore, Ukraine, Zambia, France, Brazil. Wow, lots of different places here today. Good. So yes, we'll do what we normally do here, and we'll kick off just looking at what has been going on in. Right, interesting. We'll be talking today about some of the latest updates that have been going on GitHub. So looking at the changelog over the last week. Then we'll carry on building out the games that we've been building. And I've been thinking of something a little bit fun for us to do today. And just build on what we did last week as well. So we'll try that out. And I want to make sure I get a chance to share some other tips and tricks along the way as well. So yeah, that's basically what we'll do today, I think. But if you've got any other ideas, if there's other things you want to make, other things you want to do, let me know. And we can always go, of course, we can always try something else as well. So that is always good. So let me bring up the screen here, and we'll start going and taking a look at things. Again, there's been a few updates since last week. So Copilot Autofix is available for more code scanning alerts. Autofix is pretty cool. Like, I've had it running on a few of my own repositories, a few of my repositories on the work side as well. It's just great when it detects something and picks something up, either in a pull request or either in some existing code that you've got and saying, hey, maybe this might be an issue. Do you want to go and investigate it? Like, code scanning alerts have been around for a while doing that. But the fact that you can then go and fix it as well, or give you the majority of the fix is awesome. So you can see here that they've expanded the range of CodeQL security alerts, where Copilot can suggest an auto fix covering a group that accounts for 29% of all CodeQL alerts. So yeah, further coverage is always a good thing. So we've got a few questions already in the chat. Let me go and see. So are these pop-up events or scheduled? That is a wonderful question. And let me bring myself off screen a sec to answer that question for you. And I'm going to change the background to the banner. So Rubber Duck Thursdays is a regular thing that we do on Thursdays, of course. And we do it at 10:30 GMT. And 2 p.m. Eastern as well. So a couple of times in the day that you can go and check those out. So yeah, please go and take a look at that, because I do this one at 10:30 a.m. and my colleague Cassidy does the other one at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we just have fun while we're chatting with you all and building some stuff. So that's really it, and we do these on a schedule and keep it fairly informal and lighthearted. So yeah, hopefully that answers the question. So yeah, not pop-up, but definitely scheduled. So we schedule them every week. And you can watch on YouTube, you can watch on LinkedIn, you can watch on Twitch as well. So we're streaming to a few different places at once. Can I talk about Rust? I'll be honest, I am not a Rust dev, and I personally am better with higher level languages. So Rust isn't my strong suit. But maybe we could do that as a learning exercise in a future show if you like. Yeah, what would you want to do? Are you a Rust developer yourself, Cyprian? Would love to learn a bit more. Would I be able to host a blockchain DEX on GitHub fully? So, I mean, blockchain typically requires compute, and GitHub isn't really like a compute hosting platform. It's more of the software development side. So I don't think so, but I don't know enough about the blockchain side of things to answer that fully. But my gut instinct says no, probably. So yeah, not sure. I mean, of course, you could write code for any apps that use, the kind of Web 3.0 type stuff, but whether you would actually host it on GitHub, probably not. It would be somewhere else there. Okay, so let me jump back and bring updates back on screen. So yeah, code scanning autofix we were just talking about, or Copilot autofix. So yeah, more coverage is always good. Let's see. Edit the GitHub owned image on a larger hosted runner. I found this one interesting, actually. We can now change the runner image on larger hosted runners. So if you're using GitHub Actions larger hosted runners, there's a base image that you get to use from GitHub, and you can now change that image, which I thought was interesting. It does say you can't edit partner images, and it still requires the runner to be deleted and recreated, so be aware of that. But yeah, that was a nice little update, I thought. What else have we got? Can you talk about the new agent mode in Copilot? Yes, we absolutely will be. So we absolutely will be. Have I tried Claude after the big update? I have. So we do have Claude 3.7 Sonnet in Copilot as well, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. Is that swords on the wall? No. They are lightsabers. So I am a big fan of a certain sci-fi genre. So yes, not swords. I'm afraid, not swords. Yeah. Thanks, Ashley. Good to see you here as well. Welcome, welcome. Yes, everyone is staring at the wall. I'm gonna try and wave and bring everyone back to focus on me and not the wall behind me. But there is a cool octo lamp. There we go, on the wall behind me as well. Which maybe I'll show a repo for that in a sec. My boss actually has some specs out on his GitHub repo for that. So I'll go and share that if anyone wants to do 3D print and is kind of a maker themselves and wants to go and make it. Feel safe now. Good. Good. Let's carry on with the updates here then. So deprecation of a beta GitHub Copilot usage API endpoint. Migration of the GitHub team plan organizations to enhanced binning platform. And this was kind of interesting, actually. Now you get like this graph of metered usage and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of nice. So good to see those quality of life improvements coming. The big one that we just had a question about a minute ago, I had an opportunity to try the new Claude model. So Claude 3.7 Sonnet is now available in Copilot and public preview. And yeah, it was again, it was just a great experience. I personally love agent mode with Copilot. I've really been using that a ton on some of my personal projects as well. It's just been a really great experience. So we'll take a look at that. And I'll probably start off with 3.5 to begin with today, just because I want to show something else that we released recently as well. So we'll take a look at that in a second. What else have we got? Dependabot version updates now support Docker Compose in general availability. Cool. So if you're using Docker Compose, that will help you keep things up to date there as well. So that's great to see. And I do want to jump back to Dependabot a little bit later. I've got another repo that we can have a play with there. And this is kind of cool. We might try this out as well. But if you use Copilot chat in github.com, you can now refine messages. So if you think about like the conversation thread, and maybe you got a response back, or maybe you made a suggestion or a request and you were like, hey, I want to do this, but you weren't quite clear on what you asked for. You wanted to change that context a little bit. You can go back and edit that and then get a kind of a sub-thread. So that's kind of cool. So maybe we'll try a look at that a bit later as well. GitHub Enterprise Server 3.16 release candidate is now available. So if you are an enterprise running your self-hosted version of GitHub, 3.16 is now available. So lots of updates in there. Monitor dashboards have been optimized. GHE config apply have been improved for reliability, observability, and efficiency. Code security configurations, you can now filter repos. Applying code security configurations to archive repos. Monitor prevention metrics alongside detection and remediation. So lots of security things in there. Custom properties during repo creation. And configuring policies to restrict usage of deploy keys are just a few of those updates. Let me see. Repositories, updated insight views are generally available as well. And yeah, I noticed this yesterday, actually, when I was viewing insights for a repository that I work on. And yeah, the graphs look great. I honestly can't remember what has changed since the old view, but it felt a lot more interactive and yeah, just a nice clean experience. So I liked that update. I saw that come in yesterday. The enhanced billing platform that we were talking about is also available for personal accounts as well. So any new GitHub Free and Pro plan customers now have access to the enhanced billing platform. I think it says that existing users, yeah, will gain access in the coming months. So if you're an existing user on Pro or Free, you might see that appear in the next few months, but new users should see that already. Then GitHub Copilot is now available for free in Windows Terminal Canary. So if you're using Windows Terminal, well, Canary, I guess, in particular, you'll be able to try out with GitHub Copilot free now as well, which is a great update. Code review in GitHub Copilot is now in public preview as well. So I'll see if I've got that configured on my repo, actually. I can't remember if I do or not. I think I do. we'll take a look. We'll take a look. And that'll segue us quite nicely into some repo settings that I wanted to show as well. Copilot secret scanning could be enabled through code security configurations. So, okay. That's nice. So, yeah, so you can, on an organization, you can configure code security configurations. So apply your security patterns at scale. And so this allows you kind of a one-click way to be able to go and do that, which is expanding where you can do that now. So for secret scanning as well. So that's quite nice to see that there as well. And then increased items in GitHub projects is now in public preview. So there we go. So yeah, lots of good updates there. Awesome. Let me jump back in the chat and go and see what's been going on. So are these pop-up events or scheduled? We answered that earlier, but just in case, this is scheduled. So we do this as a weekly live stream. So yeah, weekly live stream, Rubber Duck Thursdays, 10:30 a.m. GMT, and then 2 p.m. Eastern American time. So yeah, a good few options for you there. When do I think agent mode will be available in regular VS Code rather than insiders? Honestly, I don't know the answer to that one, I'm afraid. But yeah, I've been using it in Visual Studio Code insiders, and it's been working pretty well. I think if I can't remember if the update gave a timeline. See if we can find that. Don't imagine it did. Just in case. Here we go. So as of today's VS Code Insiders release, agent mode will continue to improve over the coming weeks, and soon it's stable. So soon, I'm afraid, is the answer to that one. I don't have anything else, any kind of other timelines to share at the minute, I'm afraid. I love Claude and how easy it is to create HTML sites that print beautifully. Yeah, Claude is an interesting one. And yeah, that's one of the models we'll be using today when we're using it in Copilot as well. So I'll probably switch between 3.5 and 3.7 Sonnet and some of the other models that we got as well, because we've now got a wide variety in Copilot. We've got, what, 01, 03 Mini, 4.0, and then the Claude models, and Gemini 2.0 Flash as well. So a good few. People go back and edit their chats. Well, yeah, that's something you can do now. Because if you think about when you're chatting with these AI tools, the context of that conversation that you're having is really important. So kind of the message builds upon each other for the context. So if you've made a mistake earlier on, or you want to change the direction, you could go and edit. You can go and edit one of those previous messages. So yeah. Let's see. Just catching back up. Wow, lots of conversations. I'm trying to keep up here. Okay, cool. And there was a question, thinking that GitHub was kind of equivalent to Wiki for code, like repos. GitHub is so much more than that these days. So, you know, end-to-end development platform. So not just about kind of storing and, you know, where you have your source code, your version control repositories, but things like builds, being able to go and test and verify the quality of what you're building and shipping. Things like the security side as well, Copilot as well. We've been talking a fair bit there. Issues, projects, being able to track your backlogs and things like that. So that kind of end-to-end development lifecycle. So there's a whole lot that you can actually go and do. So yeah, a good variety. So with that, let's carry on with what we've been doing over the last few weeks, which is we have been building a game in the GitHub CLI, or rather a CLI extension for games. So GitHub CLI, you can go and interact with GitHub on the command line. And one of the things you can do is you can build these extensions. You can go and build your own custom functionality and then ship it. So we've just been building a number of different mini games that you can go and run if you like. So let me see here. So as an example, if I run on my command line, gh-game, oh, nope, doing it wrong, gh space game, you can see we've got coin toss, we've got tic-tac-toe, and then last week we were building a few, another game. We were building rock, paper, scissors. So if I come over here, this is the code. So we're using VS Code Insiders, I believe this one is. Yep. We're using Insiders, and we built rock, paper, scissors. So if I go and just rebuild that, go build. There we go. And then we do GH game, rock, paper, scissors. So this is what we made last week. You can choose how many rounds that you'd like to play. So best of 3. And then we get to choose. So I'm going to go rock, scissors. And we lost straight away. So our luck is doing very well. Now, if you've joined in the past few, you know that one of the rituals, one of the rites of passage that we have to do is we have to go and do our coin toss. And already I can see one of our regular folks in. Good morning. Do we have any space typos? Yes, there we go. We got the space typo. I should have done a space instead of a dash. So we're back on form. Good to see you again. Let me see. So our regular I want to run the local version. Our regular game that we do is playing coin toss. And of course, what I need to know from you all is, are we going to go from heads or are we going to go for tails? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Because the first time we did it, we had like a 5 winning streak. Then we had a loss. And then we only got 1. So I'm hopeful today we're going to get more. So let's see. I think I'm going to go. And I chose the wrong option. So there we go. My luck is gone again. So we'll go very swiftly past that. Okay. So let me jump back to the repo a sec, because there's a few things that I just want to show first before we do anything else here. So as I was prepping, something I noticed and I thought about that I haven't set up on this repository yet is you'll see that a number of the branches that we've worked on previously are still hanging around. And I'd like to keep things clean. Like, if that branch is merged, if everything is done, do I really need it hanging around anymore? Probably not. And so one of my favorite features in the settings of the GitHub repository here, if you scroll all the way down, you get to this section where there's a few different options. So you can suggest updating pull request branches. So if main, for example, is further ahead than your pull request, you can present a little button in your pull request to say, hey, update this, please. So I always like turning that one on. It's just a nice little quality of life thing. Allowing auto merge. So if you have status checks like we do with GitHub Actions, for example, we have builds, we have tests, we have linting. If they all pass and they're all green and you've clicked the button ahead of time, then it will automatically merge that as well for you. So that's a button where you can kind of click that and say, yes, I would like to do that. So again, that's a setting I often like to configure as well. But this one is the one that solves the problem that I just mentioned a minute ago, where you have branches that kind of build up over time when your pull requests have been merged, but they kind of stick around because it's on me as the user to hit the delete button. Well, instead, you can automatically delete those head branches. And what that means is rather than them staying around, what will happen is once you merge the PR, they'll automatically get deleted then. So it just helps keep things nice and clean and tidy. So I'm just going to go and delete these old ones for now because we're all good. We'll keep things nice and clean there. So there we go. So we've now back to one branch. Oops. There we go. We're back to one branch and we've done some cleanup there as well. So that's nice to go and see. Can you host on-prem GitHub? Yes, you can. There's a version called GitHub Enterprise Server. It is for enterprises, so go and check that out if you're interested there. Okay, good. So, what are we going to do? There was talk about Copilot agent mode. There was talk about other bits and pieces. I figured, I'm just going to remove the banner from screen here as well. I figured we would go and use agent mode to extend our rock, paper, scissors. So extend rock, paper, scissors. So we create our branch first. And rather than prompting it in, with natural language, with a prompt and all of that, I thought we'd do something a little bit different. So there is a version of rock, paper, scissors. Well, there's multiple versions of rock, paper, scissors. And there's a version of rock, paper, scissors called Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock, popularized by Big Bang Theory. It's originally made by Sam Cass, and rather than having 3 options, you have 5 options. But what I figured is maybe we could go and build that, but rather than me prompting it, I've drew a diagram. So this is an image I kind of put together of like what beats what. And I can't remember, I can't recite it all. So if you asked me, I wouldn't be able to recite it. Rock beats scissors, paper beats rock. Paper beats rock? I don't know, right? Yeah, paper beats rock. I was doubting myself. There we go. But you can see because there's 5 different options, rather than each item being beaten or can beat one other thing, it can now be beaten by 2 things. Yeah, I've got that right. Be beaten by 2 things or beat 2 other things. So I was thinking, why don't we add that as a little bit of like a hidden secret feature, a hidden mode of our CLI. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go and bring up Copilot agent mode, and we'll go and discard that. There we go. So here we go. Let's go and do this. Let me go first and drag and drop my image onto the chat there. And we're going to go and ask, we're going to go and write our prompt. So let's ask for something like, I would like to add an additional secret mode for rock for this game. So I'm going to be deliberately vague because I'm going to not use that context either, because I want to kind of show you that agent mode can use vision and Copilot can use vision to go and understand what's on that image and then start breaking down like what changes we want to go and make. So I would like to add an additional secret mode for this game. It should only be triggered if the user specifies a command line flag. It should extend one of the existing games. I'll let you decide which one. Let's see how that goes. Like that is quite vague. So haven't got rock, paper, scissors, for example, as context. The file name doesn't have rock, paper, scissors in there. It's the content of it where it has the things. I haven't mentioned it in the prompt either. Let me go and send that and see what we get back here. So I'll help you add a secret mode to one of the existing games. Let me first examine the existing games to make the best choice. Searching codebase for rock, paper, scissors game implementation and commands. So already it's kind of detected, right, rock, paper, scissors. Probably want to go and improve that there. Since I noticed an image was shared showing an interesting variant. There we go. So I noticed the game has a good foundation to extend. Has a secret mode. Cool. Let me check the implementation details to see how to add this. Go as a secret mode, which can be activated with a command line flag. Okay. So you can see now how the agent is starting to work through this. And we can see, right, we've got the Boolean there for a secret mode. And we're going to play the game. And it's adding it's adding a flag called Spock. And then if that is set, then we enable the game's secret mode. So that's how that is kind of getting passed in there. And this CMD folder is like our front end for our application. So this is how we define what commands can be run in that terminal. So now I'll modify rock, paper, scissors to implement the secret mode with lizard and Spock. We need to update the game logic with the new moves and the winning condition. Okay. So it's now going ahead and updating the kind of back-end implementation, if you like. So let's go and see. So it's midway implementing that at the moment. There we go. So we're still rolling through there. You can see how it's mapped the winning moves. So rock beats scissors and lizard, paper beats rock and Spock, scissors beats paper and lizard beats paper and Spock beats rock and scissors. And again, I can't recite it. There we go. And let me see how the oops, that is progressing through there. So let me take a look at the chat. Okay, looks like all busy. Let me see. Okay, so it's checked that. No problems found. Good. Yep, I've successfully implemented the secret rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock mode. It is complete. No errors were found in either file. Okay, so it hasn't updated my test yet, but I didn't ask it to, in fairness, so I can come back to that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that out with go build. And if we run that locally, so GH game. So if we don't specify the flag, so rock, paper, scissors, I expect to just get my three options of rock, paper, or scissors, which we get. Good. There we go. We won. We finally won. That's good. So rock, paper, scissors, 2-1. Good. And if we do the same thing again, type -- Spock, I think it was. That works. Good. There we go. Right. Secret mode activated. So it's got that nice little emoji as well. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Rock. I lost a Spock. I lost the paper. So I lost. I lost in the new mode. We can see how impressive that was. So let's go and do this. I would also like to check. No, I would also like to fix my test, as I think the implementation changed and broken. And the reason I know that is I can see just up here that my file is now in red, so it looks like something has broken along the way. And I'm going to specify test, because then it should prompt the model to go and run the test as well. There we go. The model wants to run all tests in your workspace. So let's go and do that. Okay, so we've got, what, 7, 8 or so tests which are failing because, I guess, because we changed how that game function works. We passed in that secret property. So we'll need to go and fix that, would be my guess. I'm just curious what it's going to go and try here. Right, I see the tests are failing, likely because we modified new game to include the secret mode, exactly. But the tests haven't been updated to match. There we go, exactly like we just said. Good. So let's scroll up and see how it's doing. So new game with secret mode enabled. And we can see it's added this new property to these tests here for wanting secret mode. So new game. Player wins with rock versus scissors. This will be interesting. Does it adds the different variations as well in these tests? Because I made a conscious choice that I wanted to test all of the options before. So I'm just curious, will it add them? Yeah, secret mode. Player wins, rock beats lizard, Spock beats rock. It doesn't add all of them. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So that's a change that I can go and make. Okay. This is looking positive. And then we've got our mock implementation of the prompter there as well. So we can just override some of the tests and the choices. Good. Cool. And then we see our diff. So we can see secret mode in there. Yeah. All good. So then if we rerun the test, we still got some failure. And this is what's nice about agent mode, is it should detect that and go, yep, they're still failing. I'm going to go and check the implementation against our interface and what we expect. So it looks like, so while it fixed the main kind of game mode, I guess there's probably some tests it didn't. Test play game. Yeah, so it did it on the new game, on play game. Huh. Interesting. And I think I had some older tests that were incorrect, actually, maybe as well. That's good. Good to see that. Yep, so play game needs to include the secret mode parameter. Some test blocks have logic errors. Good, good. So, okay, I think that's all updated. Let's rerun the test again. Great. Test's passing. So let me get rid of that and just expand the chat so we can see that a bit clearer. Great, the test is now passing. These are the key changes we made. We added proper secret mode test cases, fixed the game winner logic, updated the test expectations, fixed the text structure. Everything's working correctly. Test verified the new winning combinations. I don't think all of them, though. Is there anything specific about the game implementation or tests you'd like me to explain? So I'm going to close that for now. Just going to look at that diff, just to have a quick look at that. So yeah, we had secret mode as false, and I guess we're just passing that in to initialize. Yeah, and then do we want secret mode? False. Got it. Got it. Got it. Because yeah, in the implementation, if secret mode is the same, yeah, good. And then we do that in get winner as well. So why do we pass it to get winner? Oh, curious. Oh, it's just no. Let me open up the other file here. Oh, nope, that's my test, I guess. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. To get winner. Oh, cannot type. Typing and trying to talk and look at screens is hard. Here we go. Get winner. So I'm getting lots of files coming up. I'm just going to rerun test check. I think I may have done something as I was editing. Uh-oh, I think I undid the changes. Oh no. Because we obviously got it to run a minute ago. Oh man, user errors. User errors. This is not good. Let me see. Let me see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to undo, redo. Oh. Did I fix them? If not, we'll go around again. Let's see. Terminal. Oop. Fail. Oh, I've clearly made a change somewhere that I didn't mean to. My bad. My bad. I think, is it the build? It is the build. Unexpected name format statement. Right. Here we go. There we go. Told you it was me. Right. Let's try that again. Go build. Oh no, what have I done? It clearly deleted things that I didn't mean to delete. There. Holy moly. Let me see. Undefined. If I run the test, assuming that'll do. Yes. Okay. This is one of those things where I'll watch back the stream and see what I added and and facepalm. Let me see. So, yeah, I was thinking that asking Copilot for a fix. I think it's probably a good idea. Can you? They're in the, oops, not terminal last command. They're in terminal select. Go and there we go. Well, let's see. There's some compilation errors. Undefined variable game should be typo game instead. Ah, that was it. That was it. Oh man, that is funny. That is funny. Right, that teaches me to right, too many arguments in call to rock paper scissors game. Line 26. Yeah, I think I must have undone some changes whilst I was there. Line 26. Oh, yes. Right. Yeah, so it's taken away the secret mode on rock, paper, scissors, I think. Yeah, that's exactly what it's done. Because, yeah, if we go back and search for Bok, not in there. There we go. Bringing it all back. Need to fix that. So user error is this one. Fun times. There we go. Good. Right. What I like is it's fixing that up. Secret mode is now so secret that the extension doesn't know about it anymore. Yes, that is completely my fault. It's completely my fault. But there we go. Like I said at the beginning, we make mistakes, and we learn from them. We learn from them. Right, it does need to fix the get winner method here as well. We can see how it's kind of iterating on things. Yeah, there we go. I need to update get winner. Good. Hey, that looks good, I think. Good build. There we go. Good. Nice. I'm also going to try run the test. The test pass. Good. Right. You know what we're going to do. We're going to accept that. And we're going to commit these changes for now. Because we're on the branch. Well, we're going to have them ready. I'm going to quickly have a scan through again. Secret mode. We want it. Adds the new variations. Good. I think we need to add more variations on the tests in there. That's okay. That all looks like it would work. And then what are we doing here? Game over message. If it contains that, yep, good. Because I made a change on that this morning. And complete game sequence standard mode. Secret mode. Okay. Yeah, and I think I added that one in last time, and I did think it didn't actually do much for it. So that's good. Okay. We will go and commit and push. Yep, that looks good. So what I'm curious about now is if I scroll down to this section here with the secret mode stuff. Oh, I need to get out of mode, don't I? So test. I'm just going to rerun test. So good. So get winner. Good. Secret mode draw Spock versus Spock. Yeah. Good. Lizard beats Spock. Okay. Yeah, that's not in this. That's good. Okay. Lizard. So now it's if the computer wins. But I think I always. Oh no, there we go. Computer wins. Yeah, Spock beat. Okay. Okay, good. Lizard versus lizard. Yeah. You can see we're just getting a few of those variations. The Spock beats. Haven't got that one in there. Player should win for that one. Sorry, I go back to my diagram. Spock. Oh, the other way around, I guess. Go. Let's see how that goes. That. Mm. Yep, great. It is a game, yes. We've already got that one in there. Don't need that one. Okay. But I think we've got a few additional variations. I'll need to go back afterwards and just double check that I've added them all in that I wanted to go and add because because I imagine that I've missed somewhere. I'm trying to multitask looking at the stream and editing code all at the same time. But okay, so rock. Okay. Either way, I think that looks reasonable as a starting point. So let's go and do that. The other thing I just want to check. Can you run test coverage on each? Duck Spock. We'll bring the rubber duck into it. There we go. My test. Interesting. Let me try that again. Let me give the context of the code base. That should help nudge it in the right direction. There we go. That's better. So get the coverage. I'll put it into that HTML output. Let's see. So we have got some not covered. Just the CMD. Oh no, there's a few. Yeah, the CMD. Rock, paper, scissors is mostly covered, and coin toss is mostly covered as well. So there's a bit that we can go and improve on that, but that's, I think, good enough for what we are talking about here. So this is what I mentioned earlier, by the way. If I go and raise this pull request now, and we'll go and merge it. Go. It talks about what has been changed, unit tests that have been added. That looks good. When we go and make our changes, as a pull request, our checks run. So I can now come in here. And because I haven't actually got checks as a automated thing here, I don't see my automatic pull request because I haven't added branch protection. I should probably go and do that. Settings, rules, rule sets. So what I'm doing here is just making sure that we follow the good practices of having our pull request merging into main. So what do we want? We want required status checks to pass, and we want to have go build. Oh. We want analyze go to pass. We want build go and pass as well. That looks good. This is where I come off screen a sec. Not showing my authenticator code. Oop. There we go. We are back. Now, when I go to my pull requests, go. We can see that all checks have passed. Some of them are required now, so the builds and the analyzing the go tests there. So if I made another change, and in fact, I'm going to make a couple of other changes. Let's do this. Rules, rule sets. That's main. So we're going to status check. Fine. That's all okay, actually. So what I want to do is I want to re-trigger it. But I also just want to get Copilot to go and review it. But let's go back to the code. I'm just going to add a dummy comment for now, just to go and trigger it. HCMD. There we go. Yeah, that's fine now. So let's go add that. I'm just trying to set it up so we can get to the auto merge thing here. Right. Here's our pull request. So now we've just made a change. We've committed a change. So I would expect our checks to go and run. We can go and hit enable auto merge, just like that. So that was one of those settings that we configured earlier. So now if all the checks pass, then the pull request should get automatically merged as a result. So we'll just go and double check that and wait for that to complete. So is there a way to configure customized checks like run command X? Yeah, I guess there is. And the way that you would do that is by creating a GitHub action workflow. So those checks, for example, this build step here is one of the GitHub action workflows that I created. So in a way, that is like running command X. I'm running go build. I'm running go test as well. So you could go and do things like that. So that would work. That would work. Okay, so 3 of the checks are passed. All checks passed. Pull request merged and closed. And that branch has now been automatically deleted. So that step that I mentioned earlier about cleaning things up, if we now go to the code and look at branches, we can see there's just a main branch there as well. That other branch is now gone. So it's helped me kind of keep everything clean there. We've passed our checks, we've passed our quality gates, everything looks good. And now we've merged that code back into the main branch there. So yeah, we started off with Copilot Vision, that diagram of those different ways that a player can win against the other options. Of course, I made some mistakes along the way. I undid some changes, and Copilot was able to go and help us out there with agent mode. Excuse me, with agent mode as well. And then we implemented more test fixes and other bits and pieces, and made some quality of life changes along the way as well. So we improved the the cleanliness in the sense, because we're automatically deleting those branches now when the pull request is merged. We've also got automatically merging pull requests if all the checks pass. And then if main gets updated, we can update the pull request branch as well. So that all looks good. Let me show you one more thing before we wrap up here. So I want to go to PH Skyline. Cool. So with Skyline, the reason I'm showing Skyline, by the way, is because I know there's a pull request open that we can take a look at for this. But something that I looked at and talked about last week, I think, or maybe the week before, is Dependabot. And Dependabot, there's 2 different ways that you can work with it. One is with version updates. One is if there's kind of security issues or a known vulnerability in a package, and it helps you update that. So what I wanted to show was I have this Dependabot YAML file configured in this repository, and we have the package ecosystem set as Go mod. The directory where it's stored is in the root, and every week it's going to go and check to see if there's any packages which are just generally out of date, not necessarily vulnerable, just if there's newer versions of the packages that I'm using. And then we'll go and update them. And we're doing the same for GitHub Actions there as well. There's a number of ecosystems that Dependabot will support. And you can see in here that we've got an update to one of the dependencies that we use. And the reason why I really like this kind of setup is because I've got my GitHub Action workflow file configured, I can see that all of my linting tests have passed. I can see that my build has passed, my code has been linted there, it all looks good. We've got this other check which we can not worry about. It's an internal check that we use that is flagging on this for whatever reason. But what I can do is I could then go and spin up a code space. If I still wanted to go and check that everything was working okay, I can go and create my new code space, and I can just run a quick dry run of that command line here, just like we were doing with the GitHub game. But GitHub game gh-game was running on my machine, and this Skyline one is running in a code space hosted on GitHub. And the way you'll see that, by the way, is I'm in a web browser. You can see that there. So yeah, we can quickly spin up the code space. And we can check that everything builds, that the tests still run as expected. Even though we ran tests as part of the CI, like, we could do that if it made us feel a bit more comfortable. And of course, the thing I can do with this one is check that it still works on the command line, that it generates a 3D model and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then I think once we've done that, we're probably in a place where we should think about wrapping up, I think. So while we're waiting for that, I'd love to hear, what projects are you all working on right now? What exciting things are you building? Because I guess the CLI is something I've been working on for the last couple of weeks and kind of building these games. Aside from that, I'm working on a personal project to do with Next.js and AI and some kind of workflows, just building a little bit of a framework just for myself there, just to help with my own understanding. But I'm curious, what is everyone else building? And what got you to that idea as well? How did you start thinking about what you're going to build as well? Because that's, I think, the part I always struggle with, is I have so many ideas and trying to prioritize which ones to go and focus on. It's always tricky. There we go. Right, code space is just about finished there. Just installing the final bits. And then we'll be good to go. Nice. So, if I open my terminal, just do gh-skyline. Oh no, do I build it? I think it might still be going. We'll give it a minute. I just need to be patient. Okay. And if you're interested in code spaces, by the way, I think we talked about them maybe in the first and the second of this series. If you do want to check out the playlist on YouTube, you'll be able to go and see a little bit of an explainer on what code spaces are and how they work. But yeah, we don't build it as part of the setup. So that's something I'll need to do manually. We'll just wait for that to finish, and then we'll do that. Okay, good. Go build. And it'll take a moment there. So it's downloading all of the dependencies that we've got on this command line extension. So this is a different extension that I made. And this one takes your GitHub contribution history and converts it into a 3D model, so into like a skyline. There we go. Good. That is now there. So if we go and run GH Skyline, that will run it for this year. We get this nice little ASCII art thing there. Load that. Yep. And up in preview. And cross. And we can see that all looks like it works. Oops. There we go. So Chris Reddington, 2025. That's how my contribution history looks this year. Obviously, we're still only in February, but in a busy year already. But there we go. That looks good. So I think we can go ahead and merge those that PR, because everything seems to be working well. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to go to my file changes. Approve. I passed. Also checked in a code space. Merging, approving. There we go. Okay. Merge. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. There we go. And you can see again, it automatically deleted that branch for us, and we can also delete the code space as well, which I'll go and do. So yeah, that's it. That's it for this week, I think, folks. So we started off with the changelog updates. We went ahead and we did the image of rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. We prompted it without saying, or prompted Copilot without saying rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. It was able to take the image, understand what it is and how to extend the game. Added the flag based on the prompt that we gave it as well to have that secret mode. I made some errors along the way. I clearly started typing in places I shouldn't have done, undid some changes, but Copilot was able to help us recover from that. We've also taken a look at the deleting the head branches when the pull request is merged, auto merging, the kind of updating as well when the main branch is head via pull request. And we just took a look at Dependabot and how we can go and automate things with actions. Well, sorry, how we can bring those checks in as part of the pull request with actions and how that helps accelerate our reviews for things like bumping dependencies as well. So yeah, we've had a busy stream here, folks. So hopefully you've enjoyed. As always, what I would request is we do this twice a day, twice on a Thursday, not every day. We do this weekly and we do it twice. So me at 10:30 a.m. GMT, and my colleague Cassidy at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So that will be in about what, 6 hours or so? No, 8 hours. Times on maths. 7 hours, around 7 hours, I believe. 7 and a bit. So join Cassidy. Cassidy's awesome. She's been working on some fun stuff. Last week actually didn't involve much code. It was a little bit more of like a conversation about careers and skills and things like that. I think the week before she made an extension in the browser. So there's all different cool things that we're building. So yeah, if you want more of this, join later. Otherwise, Open Source Fridays tomorrow, as always, on the GitHub YouTube channel and other channels. Take a look there. Otherwise, we'll be back again same time next week. And I'm sure we'll probably make another game, or if there's something else you want to do, please let us know. Let us know in the chat. And yeah, we'll see what we go and build next time. But otherwise, folks, it has been a pleasure, as always. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.